You're back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything...
Everything's fine. Just, it's a little hard to explain.
An experiment? That came out of nowhere. I'm listening.
Could you make a wish?
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sabzeru's
Less questions, more wishes!
Okay. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I want Miss...
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle and kind. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be fairest...
So, you have a crush on...
Oh, is it that obvious? When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, what she didn't realize was that I'm not... Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Please come true.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh!
What?
Faki? Sorry, but only one portion of Yalda... Nice try, you two. Anyway, never mind.
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy. It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves...
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. This is when Dunyarzad bumps into the... Huh? But Dia can handle them! Hey, Traveler!
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take... Hey, this is my job. The homie Yanni's pay me, not you. You... fine, all right. Knock yourself... Anyway, watch yourself.
So you got yourself some backup.
That's close
Illusion
enough.
shattered!
Solidify! Where do you... You won this one. Off the jungle! I'll take my...
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys? You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want to see you two like this. Oh, and speaking of her, Paimon just remember how during the first Sabzeru's festival, before the Samsara started, she said it was because she had forgotten something. Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that, yeah, even if it's only a tiny clue. This is the place. It's rude to enter other people's... Hey, the windows are unlocked. Okay, Paimon's gonna... This was only a temporary resident. Should we open it? Wow. Dunyarzad wrote all of this. Even though she was also busy preparing, she must have wanted to give if we hadn't found this book. But now that we know... Hey! Where are you off to now?
Crumble!
It's Dunyarzad's puppet. Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago. Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the...
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yes, Traveler.
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just... what? Where are we going this time?
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into... The Grand Sage has already granted you.
Oh. Traveler? You don't have...
Traveler.
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff? Oh, of course! If this is the Sage's plan, then... So they're just substitutes.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage? Like I said. Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth... That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras?
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the...
Yeah. What's going on? Huh? You guys are acting... Hey!
They disappeared! So Nilu's the host. Purple Padisaras don't exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilu's subconscious, they can appear as it's just like the example Nahida told us. So when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew. But if we want to end the samsara, how should we make Nilu realize?
Am I dreaming?
Huh?
So I'm right. Is this...
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. As far as you know, people in Sumeru don't dream, right?
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage?
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we first arrived in Sumeru City.
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. There's more. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendro Archon, and she finally gave her blessing. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could come. Afterward, he said to the Dendro Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children." The Dendro Archon smiled. The next second, his wife lying next to him said, You're off to search for the Dendro Archon today, aren't you? In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru's city.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning?
Yes, but his faith and determination were...
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection.
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sabzeru's festival is almost up. Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sabzeru's as beautiful as we can. The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the dance of Sabzeru's.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
Oh, good morning, traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been Paimon's head feels Paimon thinks it was after the Sabzeru's festival. Have we finally escaped from the Sabzeru Samsara? Quick! Take off your Akasha terminal! She's not in her room. What happened? Huh? What? Well done, Traveler and Paimon. And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sabzeru's festival.
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad! You're...
Oh, a traveler, Paimon. I have something... I just had a dream. And I saw Nilou performing the dance.
You're actually Nahida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Cat and... Dunyarzad, did you say... It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such... After we parted on the last day of the Sabzeru, among the countless dreams, I found one that was once Junior Zod could no longer bear the Akasha Harp. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't, where both will gradually fade until they come. I used all the power I had to keep her duck. So it looks like we did manage to save Junior Zod. Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? Both are fine. Everyone react. All right. You two must have a lot of got it. I hope. To be honest, oh, and you don't need to work. Go and get some sleep. What a relief.
Traveler?
Maybe you were sleepwalking.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance.
We've spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her. Oh, we can't just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Catherine and pick up some...
Ad Astra Abyssosque. We meet again, you.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions?
Commissions, huh? Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's.
Wait.
And if possible, please also use your.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears. In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to.
Hey, that's not any.
I'm sure the mercenaries.
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly?
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of... Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of... From when she said... Ad Astra Abyssosque? So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways. And I even had a really long It was another dream about the Sabzeru's festival. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carrot. You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sabzeru's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous... Huh? No! We aren't... By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she do? Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the but for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out... Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull... So our first priority should be invest... Oh! Good point. Let's continue our chat here. Okay, so do you have any ideas on... Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. I've already tried that. But all the key members of the Academia, it seems that from the very... Have you already caught the Sage's attack? I'm guessing not. In any case, No way, that's too... You mean it'd be too... No, doing that would be ignoring the Sage... That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru. We're in the dark as of now, since we still don't know anything about their goals. After all, every person in Sumeru City... Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep... According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to... Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages. You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh! Before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots. Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Setaria? Setaria? Paimon one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia? We ran into her basically every time the Sabzeru was... Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilou.
I've always liked observing all kinds of people. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers...
The name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. Soon after, the star began to waver, instead of staying beside such a sun. But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and
From the sound of it, Setaria's just hung up on the... But she doesn't really support the Academia. She still
Indeed. When they are she's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had all right. We must somehow make her face her that way. Not only can we get you from my past observations, Setaria will take tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shop to prepare. Let's go check out some of her favorite spots. And this should be Setaria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should we ask the fortune teller about...
No, I already have enough information on Setaria. The most important thing now is for you to pick
Talking style and...
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over the divine voice of wisdom? Often echoes between my...
Huh? Really? Nahida...
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future.
Of course, of course. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Health prospects. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for... Many... Harut! Marut! Did you two
Actually, Paimon,
Is that so? Well,
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next...
is this another one of Setaria's favorites?
Yep. It belongs to a king. When I start talking with him.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some...
we caught wind of your
Oh, I recognize you.
Speaking of...
I suppose you could... After that, I began making...
That's nice.
Oh, no, not anymore.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some good.
No problem. Rest easy.
This should be our final stop. Setaria's always thinking of this...
Nahida, you've really...
It's my duty to protect Sumeru's citizens after...
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't...
If I recall, you were...
Ah, that's right. After all, I grew up in but I'm still just...
What an admirable...
Sure.
So this restaurant has a basement?
That's right.
I see.
Thank
So, was that
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces.
what's the point of all the
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems. I remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormuz are all making... Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the faith of...
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Although she knew she should return home to help the people of the...
Well, King Deshret is long gone. And Sataria is also too... If we simply engaged her under the guise of King But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to...
So, you mean you're going to possess those...
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply they've already converted to the faith of King Deshret. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure. She'll...
So that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people.
Exactly. So, best of...
Best of luck!
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them.
That is pretty convenient.
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never...
You're not wrong. It's always been paid.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it.
All right, then...
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle.
Here she comes. Sataria's here.
Let's quietly follow her. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you.
Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding...
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me is a very are you still listening to me?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about...
Okay then. You just seem... Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Are you sure?
Well, actually they have many names.
Huh, I see. I imagine that...
So, which fortune do you want me to read?
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you...
A mess?
Well, could you do...
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods are asking. Sataria, why haven't you gone...
Why haven't I gone... home?
Sataria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead...
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my... And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking...
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course...
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such demand of me. Even though news of King Deshret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can
What insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer.
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his... I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
Whoa! She just ran off in a hurry. Well done. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Aw, Nahida,
It's all I know are some abstract Harabatot. Anyway, enough of that.
she's out of Keem's now. Right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? Gardening? But don't you hate everything to do with plants? I still remember...
You see,
Fair enough. Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Huh? Wasn't he nursing a leg injury? If I recall...
he sprained his arm a while back while trying to show off his strength.
Actually, while we're talking about him...
Yeah, he's been retired there for...
If you could find the time. He has a quick temper, and has always been a devout
Oh? So, who are you siding with? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret.
Akeem, you don't mean... You've also...
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange...
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming, but once everything is over...
Come on! Sataria's...
So, she's Sean. Like, as if someone...
Oh, right. Speaking of, I celebrated the Sabzeru's festival so many times that I lost...
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's...
Shishan, don't tell me that you've
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed?
Please, please stop!
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her.
She can no longer justify everything to her.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards. What should we do?
This is the most important part of all.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Macho.
Please, try to remain calm, miss.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy?
King Deshret! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Sataria, nothing is impossible.
You know my name?
King Deshret is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price. You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the child of King Deshret. Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of King Deshret. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the Sage's plans. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it,
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth.
how do you know me so well? Are you truly...
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the academia, and if you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps...
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Please tell me, what can I do for you?
How much do you know about the Sage's current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the masked dream heart, but I know very little about the full... I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city
to fight against the academia.
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm in a... One thing, though. I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. Let me see... let's use the most...
The academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't... I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the academia again. It'll be safe.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I were...
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of... Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria.
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray.
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of wisdom and guardian of the scholars?
No. That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so...
Yep, Paimon's right. If something were to happen, after all, the academia
Yep, exactly! Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about off. What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night.
No, I think he's right. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets.
Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe...
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little...
Well, regardless, as long as you're here with... Huh. There really aren't many people out right now. people doing here at this hour of the night?
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
Oh no, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
What? That guy's a Fatui Harbinger! We can't just leave you here!
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru! Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
This should be far enough. Is the Hida going to be okay? Well, Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about, and that even the sages are wary of him. Yeah, now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the... But what are the Fatui after this time? Another no... Yeah, things would... Nahida said we'll meet again. You mean... Oh, right! Wasn't he invited? Even though he turned it down at the time, there's no time to lose.
There is no escape!
Settle down.
Shine down!
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like... We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate.
The outcast? But why wouldn't the Doctor just send the Fatui?
Still wasting time on
You're up, traveler!
Stabilize!
New punching bag. Need.
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements! That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercs? Yeah, looks like we'll have. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an going up against smart people is tough.
Oh, it's the Traveler and Paimon. What are you two doing back here?
Hikaye! It's nice to see you again. Are you doing all right?
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule.
Oh, Hikaye. Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol?
Oh, Master Tainari? You just left the Avidia Forest a little while.
He left?
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always... No, I only... to leave and... Master Tainari originally... I know that before he became a
research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Don't.
Got it. Will do. Wait! Look who it is! Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey! This was supposed to be a touch and read.
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the doc plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up, and I was facing even a pool of stagnant water.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more.
When you left, I was still in the middle of restore. Instead, he did something closer to creating. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and...
What a relief. The doctor
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost enough also. The doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminal.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Ugh. It feels like he's too plus. The doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's?
Yes, I have. I can see the Traveler's elemental energy. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't...
Okay, let's just hope we won't...
Traveler?
Ah! It's Hypatia!
What a pleasant surprise!
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we...
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the... Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Pariporno life?
What my consciousness has already...
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last! When my consciousness made contact with the gods. What a supreme and...
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Actually, remember? I promised to help you understand what you... My current self has not only gained true insight...
You can do that?
I've never heard of anything like that, but...
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneal with me.
We're using that incense again?
All right now. Hold my hand.
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories? Everything matches what we know of, but how is he connected to the divine consciousness that had...
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic... Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest...
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no Pariporno life, but rather...
You... Why are you so mean? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive...
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything... Wait. Have I... already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right.
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? You mean your Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body, the doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness. So I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out a
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surasthana for good this time. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out. Paimon knows the moon illusions and... Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot... But she isn't with us anymore.
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana, correct? Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the Traveler's body, is...
Your guess is correct, but the situation...
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archons all...
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you...
that. While I was indeed invited to join, all I know is that the project has something to do with the restoration of Ermin.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body? What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from...
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of a...
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather if I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at our... Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating the Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. But then, what is the connection between...
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out.
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for... Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help.
Thanks, Tainari. Hopefully,